There's a fire, but no fire brigade. So tonight we losing this fight. Oh, so tonight is
Yo, what is up, guys? Felix Revolution here, and I hope you're all having a wonderful day. But today we are here, making a video to try and help some of you guys with Fortnite tips and all that. I'm really not the best at teaching, but I can try and give you guys some tips on what I do when I play and how to improve aiming and things such as that. So let's hop right into the video. Okay, so in videos talking about improving your aim, the first things first is your sensitivity. You have the X, which is left and right, the Y, which is up and down. My aim's really bad right now. I have yet to warm up today. Targeting is when you hold L2 and you're just moving around, basically like tracking your enemies as they move. And then you have your scope sensitivity, which is right here, which is for like snipers, scoped ARs, and just any guns with a scope basically. But yeah, pretty much let's get into the tips now. Okay, excuse the webcam, but basically if you guys are wondering, yes, I do play claw, and claw is basically when my thumb goes on the analog stick, my index finger goes with all the buttons right here, and then my middle finger controls these two buttons. And sometimes when I switch, I kind of just go back and forth, and I can kind of readjust to it back and forth. But basically the most important thing when you're aiming for console, and yes, I have a skin for my controller, but I like to ease on my analog stick with my thumb a little bit, because most people, they like move the analog sticks around a lot and they're kind of aggressive with it. I just try and be like smooth and gentle, and like just try and make transitions that are like small and all that. And if I go past it, I just try not to worry about it. I'm gonna miss shots obviously right now because I'm not warmed up, but if you kind of just like learn how to be smooth with the analog stick, it honestly helps out a lot, because you aren't really moving around too much, and being too fast is what kills most people. But another thing is just trying to practice on hitting objects, and I tend to do it pretty fast because I'm used to playing in games where people just try and push me all the time. There's like 3 kids and I have to kind of knock one and then transition quickly to the other one, which is pretty annoying. And another thing in Fortnite, which is really important, is peeking. Basically, if you have the left peek right here, the worst decision to do is actually like peek the person. Like say there's somebody like right there behind the truck. If I was to peek them like this, when I get right here, they can see me but I can't see them, so therefore I could get like sniped in the head and get downed automatically, or either like they could get a few shots in on me before I can come around and even see them. So that's a really bad position to peek people at. The best thing to do would just be come around the top like this, so you can kind of see them a little bit better and you just don't get sniped before you can even see them. The right corner peek is really good, because if somebody's at the blue car right there, I can see them and they can't even see me, so I kind of just come out and just aim at wherever they are and try and hit my shots while I can before they're able to react, which is a big part. But another thing is your crosshairs always stay in the middle of the screen, and sometimes people actually just walk into your shots. Like I try and let my movement aim for me sometimes. I know that may sound a little bit confusing, but as you guys can see, that bush is right there. Normally instead of trying to aim at the bush, I'll just kind of just jump around it and like try and keep my crosshairs centered, and then as soon as I see my crosshairs like on the bush, that's when I go ahead and shoot, because I won't really have to make an adjustment really. I'll just have to let the crosshairs fall on it and then shoot. So moving around will really help your aim if you kind of get used to it, especially with shotguns. That's mainly what I use it for. And the SMGs, I honestly don't even know. Really all you gotta do is just learn how to keep a steady thumb and not really move the thing too much, and movement is a big key as well. I know it probably sound confusing. I'm not really a teacher when it comes to things like this, but if you move around, you kind of got to learn how to move while also keeping your aim steady, and just always staying confident in your shot and the ability to hit the shots, because if you lose your confidence, you aren't going to be hitting anything at all, and it's just going to be really stressful, and you're not going to want to play the game anymore, because people are going to be getting better. But as you can see, when I just jump around, my crosshairs just fall right onto the person. Okay, so the last thing is that people never really rely on building, and before I get into that, you can kind of get people to get planes since they're actually in the game now, and get a friend just to drive around slowly and just try and keep your aim on the plane or on the quad crasher as they're moving, to try and get more familiar with hitting people or objects that are moving, because you're gonna have to shoot down planes and all that, and just practice on in-game situations. It's really nothing much you can do but practice. And basically another thing, people just try and like stay focused on shooting the person, and they don't really rely on building anymore. But building actually helps out a lot, because you can kind of hit the person at an angle like that and just come around different sides, because if they really aren't too good at aiming, they're going to have to focus on just trying to find out where, or figure out where you are, and constantly hitting shots and all that. And I'm sorry that the video isn't really the best. I haven't recorded a video in a while. And also, you know, I've kind of been recording for quite some time now, and as you guys can see, my aim is getting a lot better. But another thing you can do, sorry for keep saying that, is just practice your aiming on llamas and all that, because llamas are a good addition. Like, you can ask my friends if you ever get in contact with them somehow. Literally, I will sit in a playground game. I honestly can't stand playgrounds for some reason. I just find it boring. I like to hop into a game and get kills. But if I am practicing my aim, I'll just practice on shooting llamas and just any object that I know I can hit. And it's kind of uncomfortable right now. That's why my aim really isn't the best at the moment, because I kind of have to position my hands in a weird way so I can get it in the cam, and I need a new desk. But basically, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it helped you guys in some way. Probably didn't. I'm not a really good teacher, and that's kind of why I don't make educational videos like this. But basically, I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to drop a like, subscribe to me, share my channel with your friends. I am not gonna record this one more time. I stuttered like 20 million. But yeah, I'm Fearless Revolution, and I'm out. Peace.